What's going on, family? I'm Scrapbook Boxing, the creator of the Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. And I want to continue to examine 100 years of World Championship fights. But tonight I want to talk about a fight that took place on a Monday night, July 2nd, 1952. It took place at the Municipal Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. The fighter was world welterweight champion, Cuban Hawk, Kid Gavilan. He was able to score a TKO, 11 rounds, over Philadelphia's star, Gil Turner. And the referee, Pete Tomasco, had scored a 6-4 before he would decide to stop the contest 2 minutes and 47 seconds in the 11th round. It was scheduled for 15. But the judges, Lou Tress and Charlie Doggett, both had it 5 even. 39,000 fight fans paid $269,667 for this contest. It was a much anticipated contest. Had to happen because of the styles. Now, Gil Turner was 21 years of age. He stood 5 foot 8 inches, he weighed 144.5 pounds, and he had a 69-inch reach. Walked into the ring with a record of 32 wins and no losses. Kid Gavilan weighed 146 pounds. He had a record of 82 wins, 12 losses, and 4 draws. Now, who was Gil Turner and why was it so important that this fight take place? Well, besides from being a Philadelphia fighter, he was born October 9th, 1930. Died May 13th, 1996. He was 65 years of age at the time of his death, and he would reside in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Now, I met Gil Turner. Used to see him in the Philadelphia gyms plenty of times. Now, at that point in Gil Turner's life, he was considered an old-timer. He would sit in the gym and talk about old-time fights. Names that you wouldn't know unless you were a native there. Bring up fighters such as Bobby Green, Billy Sweet Pea Peacock, Georgie Benton, Willie Reddish. Oh, Gil Turner was something else. He fought from 1950 to 1958. Had a total career of 77 fights, 56 wins, 35 knockouts. He was stopped 4 times. He was in the ring with Gene Foreman, Joey Giardello. Some outstanding fighters. He would fight Izzy Logard, Vince Martinez, Ralph Tiger Jones, Virgil Akins, Joey Giambra, Charlie Scott, Charlie Fusarian, Bo Jack, and Del Flanagan. He'd be in the ring with Pierre Langlois, Johnny Saxton from Newark, New Jersey, Yama Bahama and Bobby Dykes, Virgil Akins and Ray Drake, Carmen Basilio and Ike Williams, Joe Vaselli, Joey Giardello. Now, who was Kid Gavilan? He was born January 6, 1926. He died February 13, 2003. He was elected into the Boxing Hall of Fame in 1990, and he had a total bout career of 143 fights, 107 wins, 30 losses, and 28 knockouts. He would have 6 draws. What a hell of a fighter these men were. Let's step back into time and take a look at both Kid Gavilan and Gil Turner's career.
Here in round 5, Kid Gavilan in white trunks is facing a persistent and fierce attack by Gil Turner. This is the fight everyone has been waiting for. Turner in the dark trunks is a non-stop punching sensation. In 31 professional bouts, Gil Turner has an unbelievable 25 knockouts. Among his KO victims are Charlie Fusari, Bo Jack, and Ike Williams. But Gavilan can bomb with the best. His combination punches are bullet fast, and this tremendous hand speed has always given him a distinct edge against any opponent. Rounds 6 through 10 were very close. In round 11, Gavilan and Turner are still at it, where the champion is getting off some explosive combinations, and he works Turner backward against the ropes. Gavilan is trying to end it with a torrent of punches. The crowd is cheering him on so wildly they're shaking the camera stand. Turner tries to fight back. He's still dangerous, but Gavilan is not letting up. And now Gavilan has Turner groggy. The champion wants to finish with a KO. Turner is showing great courage, trying to weather the storm, but the referee jumps in to stop the fight. Kid Gavilan wins an incredible non-stop battle with a knockout finish over Gil Turner to retain his world welterweight title.
Now I want to take a look at Johnny Bratton and Kid Gavilan. Kid Gavilan is in white trunks and Johnny Bratton is in black trunks. Now, Johnny Bratton would become the NBA welterweight champion when he defeated Charlie Fusari for the vacant welterweight championship crown when Ray Robinson would vacate the crown to move up in the middleweight division. But he had to solidify it. And Kid Gavilan would be the man he would have to face because Kid Gavilan had 2 fights with Ray Robinson and one was controversial. So they owed him a fight. And these 2 men here would get it on. And Johnny Bratton was from Chicago. But he could fight. The only issue with Johnny Bratton, he used to break his hands and break his jaw all the time. In fact, he went 9 rounds with a broken jaw with Ike Williams. And he broke his jaw in this fight as well. He was a cutie. There was nothing to see Johnny Bratton with slick hair, with Dixie Peach grease, 2 to 3 piece suit, London fog, who have wingtip shoes, pocket watch, with a chain attached. Oh, beautiful combination between these 2 men. London fog jacket and a fedora hat. Now, right now, Kid Gavilan is putting on the combinations of Johnny Bratton. Johnny Bratton didn't do too well in this fight, but he's an outstanding fighter. It looks like the fight's going to be stopped soon. But it wouldn't surprise me if this fight continued. Johnny Bratton, I'm sure, has a broken jaw at this point in time. But he's riding the ropes pretty good, but he's not punching back. He's trying to tire Kid Gavilan. But he's taking punishment in the end. He must punch back. And the best combinations to throw off the ropes would be an uppercut left hook combination in that sequence. And Johnny Bratton has to hold on to clear his head, but he has a jab. He has to circle his man, Kid Gavilan. Cannot allow himself to be hit with bolo punches or wide left hooks that Kid Gavilan likes to throw.
Y aquí ahora adelantamos, Norberto, hasta el tercer asalto del combate. Segundo asalto fue muy parecido al primero. Gavilan comenzando a dominar a su oponente mientras que bailaba Bratton. Gavilan era el hombre que estaba conectando la mayor número de golpes. Ahí tiene también Gavilan.
Oh, good jab by Kid Gavilan. Very good wide left hook. Johnny Bratton is circling, but he has to jab like he's doing now. But he has to put authority behind the jab. He has to commit to the jab. Could be his broken hands that he normally had. 4th and 5th metacarpal. But he has to continue with the jab. It's the only chance he has in this fight. Kid Gavilan is going for the title. Johnny Bratton is the NBA welterweight champion at this point in time. Now, there's a right-hand lead. During those days, that was totally unacceptable to throw a right-hand lead. Oh, good jab now by Johnny Bratton. Both these men were outstanding fighters in their day. Now, both these men are going to be showing off with the bolo punches. And the reason why Johnny Bratton is doing so, because he knows that's Kid Gavilan's signature punch. Kid Gavilan is having a little fun now, avoiding the punches of Johnny Bratton. Oh, beautiful combinations by both men. The fight is on. Very entertaining round.
Lo hace no solamente con una gran velocidad, sino también con una gran solidez, con una gran potencia.
You see the difference between the men during this era and of modern time. The men during this era fought for legacy. Modern time fights for money. That's basically the difference. And they were a different set of men. They had different values. They came up at a different time. What they had to go through was different. So you're not going to have the same quality of men, obviously, as you had then, as you have now. Their endurance, their will, and their reason for being in there is totally different. So you can't compare today's fighters from these fighters. These fighters would have no problem today. Look at the beautiful combinations between both men. Very entertaining. When you paid a ticket to see the fights during those days, you got your money's worth. You knew you were going to see a fight. And it was usually after work. It was on a Monday night, a Wednesday night, a Friday night, sometimes a Tuesday night, according to where this fight was held. And during those days, you had to fight. You couldn't play around. You had to fight. Because the promoter wouldn't put you back on the bill again. Because during those days, the fans spoke. It was their decision. It wasn't promoter's decision. Oh, beautiful combinations between Kid Gavilan and Johnny Bratton. Oh, good jab by Bratton.
Estaba comenzando a atravesar hacia atrás y vuelve. Ahí está afirmado con una gran dureza y una gran potencia. Un boxeador muy difícil porque tenía un estupendo trabajo de cintura. Y esto fue el comienzo de una tremenda rivalidad porque estos dos hombres se enfrentaron 3 veces y cada vez pues había gran expectativa debido a que era un estilo vistoso el de Bratton, mientras que el propio Gavilan con el bolo punch y su gran técnica dentro del cuadrilátero también.
Oh, good jab by Kid Gavilan.
Una gran atracción en toda la zona
good hook.
Ahí la ven ustedes de la izquierda de Gavilan.
Bratton has to punch back. This is the 15th and final round between Johnny Bratton of Chicago, Kid Gavilan of Cuba. Gavilan is the champion. Johnny Bratton, is the champion, and Kid Gavilan will be champion when this fight is over. He's the contender. Right now, Kid Gavilan is fighting as though he's the champion, trying to keep his title.
Y Bratton, después de recibir bastante castigo durante 15 asaltos, todavía sigue bailando, todavía camina más durabilidad que el boxeador moderno que en el último asalto está cansado. No todos, pero muchos. Se especula. Ahí había especulaciones.
Once again, Kid Gavilan has the white trunks and Johnny Bratton has the black trunks. Kid Gavilan is the winner. He's the brand new welterweight champion of the world. 2 great quality fighters. It was Gil Turner from Philadelphia. One of my favorite Philadelphia fighters is Gil Turner. And of course, the champion, Kid Gavilan. Cuban Hawk. Beautiful combination puncher he was. Had 2 explosive fights with the great Ray Robinson. And here you have Gil Turner to your left and Johnny Bratton to your right. Phenomenal fighters they were. You have Johnny Bratton hitting the speed bag. What an unbelievable fighter Johnny Bratton was. He was a very good friend of my grandfather's. My father knew him as well, but not as well as my grandfather. And a quick reminder, next month is February, so I'll be doing a slew of fighters on Black History Month. Fighters such as Bob Baker and Turkey Thompson, Isaac Lugard. Many names that are not as popular as the fighters that will be mentioned on a regular basis. So right now we're looking at Kid Gavilan in the white trunks and Tony Genero in the black trunks. Now, Tony Genero fought Rocky Graziano 3 times. And Rocky Graziano was going to lose one of the fights in the last few seconds, and he got rid of Tony Genero. And he had to win that fight because he was on a winning streak. And that got him an opportunity to face Ray Robinson. Geronimo Gonzalez is Kid Gavilan. Beautiful combination by Gavilan.
Poi nel 51 prima ha battuto Johnny Bratton. Un incontro che non era universalmente
Good short left hook by Tony Genero on the inside.
Ha fatto sì che Gavilan fosse considerato campione del mondo a tutti gli effetti e a tutte le latitudini. Considerato campione del mondo a tutti gli effetti e a tutte le latitudini.
And that was a good hook. He hurt Genero just now. He got his attention. So what Gavilan should do now is just open up on him. He's still hurt. Good body punch by Genero. But he's still a little blurred. You can tell by his eyes. So Gavilan decides to open up. Beautiful left hook and drops Tony Genero. Genero is still hurt. Gavilan should open up on him. Saved by the bell.
Seconda ripresa. Ricordo, non c'è titolo in palio. Match previsto sui 10 round. Impressionante la velocità di braccia di Kid Gavilan.
Good counter by Kid Gavilan.
Sostegna un buon gancio sinistro Genero.
Great job of holding by Tony Genero. Genero needs to keep his punches on the inside. Gavilan's hands are too fast. Oh, good combination by Tony Genero. Great job. Genero's got to hold on to Kid Gavilan when they're on the inside. Don't exchange punches with him. Good jab by Gavilan. Good jab by Gavilan. Oh, good hook by Gavilan. Now, apparently, beautiful left hook. Tony Genero has an issue with his right leg. Oh, beautiful combinations by Kid Gavilan. Oh my God, what a beautiful hook that was.
Facendo all'arbitro che vuole continuare Genero.
Genero is a tough competitor. He really is. Wasn't easy getting Genero out of there. He was a fighter.
Sembra ci sia proprio quasi un colloquio tra pugile e l'arbitro. Ha un problema, ripeto, alla gamba destra Genero. Coraggiosamente vuole continuare. Ma per Gavilan è un bersaglio.
Oh my God, what combinations. Genero has to either fight back or he has to hold on. Otherwise, referee will stop that fight as he just did. Fight's over. Now, June 15th, 1953, Gil Turner defeats Johnny Saxton out of Newark, New Jersey. Johnny Saxton would eventually become a two-time welterweight champion. But he would lose to Gil Turner in Philadelphia. Let's take a look at that fight between Gil Turner and Johnny Saxton.
1953, Connie Mack Stadium, Philadelphia. Johnny Saxton, high-ranking and classy New York welterweight, meets Gil Turner, hard-punching Philadelphia contender in a 10-round bout. Their weights tonight, Turner 153 and a half, Saxton 147 and a half. Round one, Turner with a white stripe. A big crowd of 15,000 fans here tonight. Both these men are rated right close to the top as contenders for Kid Gavilan's welterweight title. Fighters of the same age, only 22 years old. Turner's had 39 fights. He's won 36, 28 by knockout. He's been knocked out once. A TKO just a year before by the champion Kid Gavilan. After that one, Turner also lost a decision to Bobby Dykes. So he's on the spot tonight. He needs a victory very badly. Score with hard punching, but neither can gain an edge. Now the fourth round of this fight between Gil Turner of Philadelphia and Johnny Saxton of New York here at Connie Mack Stadium, Philadelphia. Turner against the ropes. Larger than Saxton, but he's only got a 6-pound pull tonight. Incidentally, Turner at 153 and a half is the heaviest he's ever been for a fight.
My God, what an uppercut.
That right uppercut caught him flush on the jaw.
Reminds me of John McGarvey in his 6th round when he uppercutted Marvelous Marvin Hagler. In the 14th round, and Alexis Aguayo uppercutted Aaron Pryor. My God.
Turner seems to have recovered from that stunning blow.
Oh, good right hand. Thrown by Gil Turner to Johnny Saxton.
Johnny Saxton's had 40 fights. He's
Oh,
never been
you hit him with a right hand.
one draw. He scored 17 knockouts. He's a favorite tonight.
Oh my God, look at these combinations. Woo! My God. Yes.
End of round 4. Now round 6. Turns whopping one another. First one, then the other gets his opponent against the ropes and goes to it.
Oh. So when I tell you Philadelphia had fights, this is just a small example. Oh my God. And this is probably their 7th fight this year. Probably have 3 more fights to go. And they're fighting top names in their era. Turner had his first loss with Kid Gavilan. He had 6 fights before that year. Here he's back in the ring fighting a top contender in Johnny Saxton, future world champion.
The end of round 6. lets Turner do most of the leading. Saxton boxing and counterpunching against Turner's attack. Now the 10th and final round of this fight between Gil Turner and Johnny Saxton here at Connie Mack Stadium, Philadelphia.
Scrapbook Boxing, Museum of the Forgotten Fisticuffs series. All great fights and all great fighters will never be forgotten on my channel. Salute to these outstanding fighters. 100 years of World Championship fights. Johnny Saxton. Gil Turner. Unbelievable. Kid Gavilan as well.